Greetings, Patrick here. Have Cheetah Will View, and welcome to the show. Hate Questions with, and glad you guys are here. Although we are here with a sad heart, of course. The big news of the day being that actress Hayden Panettiere has passed away at age 36. Wow. Really bummed out by that. That hurts. This one does hurt because, man, we watched her grow up. I mean, from Remember the Titans all the way up to Scream 6. I mean, we got to see her grow up right in front of our eyes. Very, very attractive actress. Seemed like a very nice young lady. And then, wow, she definitely had her fair share of problems, has been noted. But I mean, anybody who was a fan of hers, like we were and are, we were really hoping for the best. I was, especially when she got cast on Scream 6. My only thing was the only thing I knew I wasn't going to go see the movie. I'm not a Scream guy really, but I really was hoping, that her character, I guess her character's name is Riley. I was really hoping her character would survive so she could come back in the next movie, because there's always going to be a next one. Hey Dominic, hey Tony. And I was just hoping against hope that was going to happen. Hey Joseph. And lo and behold, she did survive the Scream movie. It's funny. After the movie came out, my first question of like the 2 or 3 people I talked to was, "Did she survive? Did she survive?" Yes, and I was really glad for that, because what that meant to me was, because she was coming off a really rough patch. She had some bad problems. And the fact that they cast her and Scream, you're sort of holding your breath. You're sort of holding your breath that she could go, do the movie, make it through, no problems. Don't get bumped from the production or anything else like that. And because she could just make it through this one movie. You have hope for this. And so lo and behold, she did. She got cast. She made it all the way through. And and from everything, from all what the fans said, she did a really nice job. She was great. Everybody was happy to see her on back in the franchise. She came back out. She wrote a book. The book just came out not long ago, and unfortunately, just because sometimes you write it out doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come bite you in the butt. You have to do the work. To maintain their sobriety, you have to do the work. Uh, all right, Jason is here. Neil says hi too. Oh, shit, Neil, man, we're gonna make the Neil. When I come back, to the show after my hiatus, I think we're gonna make Neil our unofficial mascot here. I've been having a lot of fun with Neil. Neil the Crazy Seal down in Australia. And of course, our good friend Jason Ginger Ninja, he lives in Australia. So we definitely have a lot of fun with Neil. He's a lot of fun to talk about, brightens up the day. He's just a hoot. He is about as a domesticated seal, a wild seal. He's about as domesticated as you could get. Uh, and Definitely wishing him a good hunting season or mating season or wherever it is. About Hayden Panettiere is like, you got to do the work, and once you become in that condition, where you're whether you're drinking or using narcotics or what have you, it's something that you just can't pick up, abuse for a while and put it back down and then come back to it. You can't do that. Once you make that break, you really got to make that break. You really got to work hard for it. Hey, Lady Valerie, how are you? Just talk a little bit about Hayden Panettiere passing. And the other thing I heard this week or last week, that was really sad to hear. And again, this is another one. This is, the first time I saw this was Gone Girl Gone, uh, where, um, uh, where, uh, where Ben Affleck had sobriety. I think he had like 5 or 6 years of sobriety, and maybe even a little bit longer. And then he came up to David Fincher and he says, "My character, and I need to drink for my character." Now, if I'm David Fincher, and I mentioned this before, if I'm David Fincher, I'm going like, well, you could do that all you want if you feel your character needs to drink, and I totally get that, but just not here on this set. I'm not going to be. I'm not going to have any. I don't want any part of that. I don't want any part of you throwing away 5 years, 6 years of sobriety for a fucking movie role. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put myself in that hole. I would feel horribly about that. But he didn't. And so Ben Affleck, and that was right after he started having a lot of problems afterwards. The thing with Jennifer Lopez, they went back and it didn't work out. Well, part of that was because he decided by his free will that he started drinking again. But I do think that, as David Fincher, as the director, I think he had a responsibility to that, like saying, you're your own person. You can do whatever you want, just not on my set. You can go drink a 6-pack in the parking lot, but I'm not letting you back on the set if you do. I'm just not going to do it. So I'm just and the same thing with Hayden Panettiere is, the same thing. It's like, it sounds like she was in a good place for a while, working, as far as I understand, seeing her daughter when she can. Things seem to be working. I mean, as far as I think most of us know, she just got done writing her book, was touring, did a tour on that. Um, yeah. And then this. So, and the other person that blows my mind too was is Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt had 5 years of sobriety underneath his belt, and he decided that it was okay for him to drink. And so he even told that in an interview. He says, "I've been, I can drink in moderation now." I'm sure every recovering alcoholic is going like, "Oh, brother," because they all said it before. Well, nobody ever does that. Never works for anybody at all. Anybody with an addiction will tell you, the first thing to tell you is like, you can't go back to it. You have to treat that you have to treat it like it's a damn rattlesnake, or a damn king cobra. It's like, I uh I just feel really I feel really bad for him. He even said there's been a couple of times where, I got out a little bit of control. So basically what you're saying is you got fucking drunk. That's what happens. Well, that's what happens when you're an alcoholic. You can't drink that way. And I think that's one of the reasons why I think it's one of the, definitely it's probably the reason why he got divorced from Angelina. And I think it has a great deal to do with why every single one of his kids is separating from him. It's not him himself, it's him and his drinking. They just like, no, I I don't think they drop his name out of shame. I just think that they're, because anybody who ever has a friend for an alcoholic, I've had a few. It's not that you get scared for them, right? You're scared. That's the thing. It's like, man, you just hold your breath and waiting for it to happen, and waiting for it to happen, and waiting for it to happen, because unless they get, work the program, get some sort of program going, it's going to happen. Somewhere down the line, they're going to make that one big mistake, and it's going to cost them their lives, or even worse yet, somebody else's lives, especially if they're drinking and driving, or using narcotics and driving, or what have you. I mean, there was a friend here on the tube, a very close friend, and that's how it was with him. It was actually sitting here and waiting for it to happen. You knew it was going to happen. I mean, if you're honest with yourself, you knew this person was not going to make it. It just was not going to make it. They were going to crash and burn much sooner than later. And you can spend hours talking to them, hours talking to them on the phone. Uh, you lost your dad in 2012 after 10 years of sobriety. So but he passed away with 10 years of sobriety. That's impressive. Uh, oh, and yes, he went back to drinking and only, took, yeah. That's how it works, isn't it, Lady Valerie? I think that's what's going to come happen to Hayden. I think she was sober, and I don't know whether her poison of choice was, whether it be painkillers or alcohol or both, but I think we're going to find out. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, and when I got the call, when we all, a lot of us got the call that our friend passed away, we weren't really surprised. I mean, the ones that knew weren't really surprised. Doesn't mean we didn't love him the same, but we knew it was coming. And and you just sit there and you're not shocked. Like this right here with Hayden Pat, I'm surprised. I genuinely am surprised at that. I had thought that she had turned the corner, and that like I said, she got Scream 6, and she wrote her memoirs, and I mean things seem to be going up for her. And but that just but dying in a small town in South Carolina in some sort of a small ass apartment. Yeah, this sends all there's more red flags there than there are, at a racetrack. Well, anyway, we're gonna be talking with speaking of, but I'm gonna bring this back to being a positive, because we do got David Heacock coming in from Brimstone Pictures. He is one of the main men behind my favorite short film of the year, Boneyard Racers. Absolutely fucking love that film. We're going to be talking to him about Brimstone, his career. We're supposed to have Preston join us today, but Preston had an incident that had a personal matter to take care of. But we do got David Heacock coming in a few minutes, and he is he's one of the Edmonton Canadian filmmakers that we so much love to talk to. And so we're going to be talking with him about his films, the Brimstone's films. They got a brand new one out that I just only heard about the last 10 days called Room 309. We're going to be talking a lot about that because that's new to us. But we're going to be talking about Boneyard Racer because I want to see that into a feature film. I really, really do. I'm just like, that has to happen because that short is so much fun. I loved it. I absolutely, I think it's fantastic, and it took a lot of creativity. And we're going to be talking to David about that. He also sent me a picture. Uh-oh, let me go see what this guy said to me here. Uh, what? Oh, okay. Let me okay. Uh, okay, so he had a trouble. Man, he had trouble coming in too. Well, you know what? I might have to have him come in using let's see. All right. I don't know what is with StreamYard lately. Boy, I've been having the hardest time getting people to get on here. As far as coming in, I had that with Matt Burns. Now we're having this with David, and so hopefully we'll get him here shortly. I told him to come in through Chrome, saying StreamYard's telling him that yeah, oh, he's gonna have to do that. I told him to come in using Chrome. He should be able to bypass that. And oh, okay, okay. Uh, I got one other trick up my sleeve. Oh, okay. Okay. That should fix that. Yeah, it's on his side. Let's see. All right, so I have to send him his I don't think he knows how to unblock his camera and his microphone. Sometimes when you come into to a site like this, you have to change your settings to allow that. And I'm not really sure he knows how to do that. I did that once and I was like spinning my wheels for like 15 minutes trying to figure it out. So what I'm going to try to do is just send him a direct link through the chat, so he should be able to come straight through this way. Hopefully that works. But I don't know how, I don't know what system he has or what he's using in order to fix that, as far as to allow him to come to me. So, so here we go again. Yeah, I don't know how that works out. I know that's all individual, as far as whether you allow your camera. Yeah, it's surprising a lot of us. And like I said, I mean, I remember when this happened to me, where it's like, I inadvertently hit, you know, no, and then I had to spin my wheels for 15 minutes, 15 20 minutes to allow it to allow me to use my camera and my mic. And then I was able to get back in. But that's just, yeah. There he is. All right. Right above you. Okay. Now, if you should click on that right there, that should just bring you straight to my studio. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't know your system. I don't know what you're using, so I don't know how to, I guess you have to go to your settings and you have to allow they'll ask you to allow you to use your mic and your camera. But I don't know what you're using, so I have no way of communicating that with you. I just hope that this is a cheat right here. Sometimes when this happens, we use we push in the link, and then on in the chat, and then people come in that way. So I hope that works here. If not, we could try Safari. If you want to try coming in through Safari, that's also an option as well. Even though I do like Chrome better, but you could. I know people use Safari. Let's see. Uh, The only thing else I could think of, David, right there, if for some reason you're not able to use that link, which I hope you're able to, but if that gives you problems right there, then we'll try to have you come through. Um, uh, that looked like you were coming in for a second. We'll see if you can try to come in through using Safari. Use okay. Yes. Okay. So he's trying. I think yeah. He's like. I feel like I'm talking to a. Really, that's crazy. Oh, here we go. Let's see. I think we're on. Okay, I see you. Now you have to go ahead and do the same thing with your microphone.
There we go.
There you
Hey
go.
guys, I seen David wasn't here yet, so I thought I'd come say hi.
You know what? I'm going to keep you here too, Jamie, because he's having a hard time coming in. Do you know how? Do you know how? Can you call? Do you know his? Do you have his number?
Yeah, I'll message him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm in the Rocky Mountains of Canada with one bar, so I'll be back.
Okay. Because I don't think he knows how to unblock himself.
All right,
I
I can do
yeah
that.
he
I can be here a little bit better without any video. It will make me come better sound wise because my settings are also in light. But let me
yeah. Can you
do my
help him with his
thing.
settings?
Of course, I'll be back.
Good. Okay, I'm gonna tell him you're calling him. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. You think I would, but I don't know how to go into somebody else's machine or computer to help them. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and keep that link up here for a second, and then hopefully Jamie will, and Jamie's going to be coming back too. She's going to be coming back on Thursday, and her with Steve Merlo, and we're going to be coming back and talking to them on Thursday about Steve's new movie Unseen and some other things. Yeah, I've watched some of that Unseen, and boy, I have some questions about that. That's for sure. Friends of the show are in that movie for sure. Two of our favorite monsters are definitely in Unseen. I was like, holy cow! Not one, but two. That'd be a true clash of the Titans. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get David on and see if Jamie can talk him into getting his settings. I don't know how to do that myself. I'm the okay. Let me come back see what David has. Let's see. Camera. Yep. Allow only when using the app. Yep. Every time. I would actually put every time. Okay. See, I'm the lead human role in the Killer Pizza Man, directed by Will Colazzo. I saw you had a live stream a while ago. I'd love to come on as well sometime. Yeah, we're definitely going to have you come on and chat for sure. Will's a great guy. Really enjoy talking to Will. I'm sure you're going to have a fantastic time as well. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And he's got himself a nice cast there too. I can't wait for that. You know what's funny too about this Killer Pizza Man is so I went on one of these channels that tells you what's in food, like and they did one with frozen pizzas. They said 10 pizzas that you should run for your life from, and then with 3 pizzas that are good for you. So okay, I decided to go ahead and see which 10 pizzas, frozen pizzas, are going to make me run for the hills, because I got Facebook. Yeah, I got Facebook, and I go ahead and I click on this, and there's 10 pizzas that run for your hills, run for the hills, and of course, what are they? They're all pizzas that I have. I am Michael Sullivan on Facebook. Jamie, are you there? Oh.
Yeah, I'm here. I had to get back to my screen. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I don't think he knows how to, I don't think he knows how to do that.
Internet. I sent him a message to a different application, so I hope it comes through. But I went bar because I'm in Jasper.
You're not even in Jasper.
Not even in Jasper yet. But I'm in the boonies. Can't be swearing online on live TV. You guys have fun with Patrick and David. I'm sure they'll get to chit chat soon. I'll be working in the background. Yes.
20 minutes.
And I'll be seeing you on Thursday.
I know, right? This week it came fast. I've been working on all the good pictures for you. Too many.
Yeah, you and Steve Merlo. So and I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit about Unseen. Unseen looks pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's like a problem puzzle solver. Makes you think. I like movies that make you guys think. Except this one, you just think, oh, poop. When you see me turn around.
Well,
So enjoy Contamination if you haven't seen it yet.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing Contamination as well.
You're gonna like it. You'll be surprised. It's a different action of me again.
Hold on, my.
And you know,
Sorry about that, Jennifer. Right there, down beneath. That's it.
Right
So
was a lot of fun.
Yeah, now, are you?
Jim and I were Frankenstein.
Boy, this. Yeah, she's right. She's breaking up. Where am I? Oh, Jesus. That's the other thing they do too. It's like, man, I leave the page for a minute and it freezes. What the? Wow, this is crazy. Again, StreamYard. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be. Well, send me a blast. Send me a hello, Jennifer, and we'll set something up for we'll set something up for either we'll do that. You and I will work. Well, me and Jamie, we're going to be back here on Thursday with Steve Merlo. We're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about Boneyard Racers again too. You already know that, but we're going to be talking about Steve Merlo's new film. Of course, you remember Steve's movie, The Sawyer Massacre, which was a fan film featuring the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now he's come up with an original film called Unseen. And Unseen looks to be completely unhinged, and so we'll be talking with Jamie about her role on that film on Thursday night, along with Steve. Yeah, as far as David goes, we're gonna go ahead and give it a few minutes and see if he used he showed me on Google that he gave permission to his camera and his microphone to come on. It's there, but for some reason StreamYard is not letting them come through. I'm not for sure if it's StreamYard or if it's Google. I hadn't had to do this in a long time, but I definitely think going forward that I'm gonna have to be doing test runs again. I didn't have to do that for years. After the first year, I didn't have to do test runs at all, but I've had a lot of problems this month. We've had a lot of problems with StreamYard. We couldn't work it out with Matt Burns. Yeah, we just have some problems here. So I'm gonna have to do. Oh, yes, he did. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I have no idea how to help him out. I feel really bad about this, but no luck. Yeah, I think we have to reschedule. Wow. All right, so that's what's going to happen. We're going to have to reschedule. We're going to have to reschedule David Heacock, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Most of the time, I'd be sitting here just totally crushed. But But hold on, you know what? We might have a little bit of fun yet. Hold on, don't go anywhere. I got an idea. Hey, Paladin. We might be able to get a, all right. We'll see. We might do something here if we can. But if not, if it doesn't work out, we're gonna go ahead and we'll pull the shoot and we'll have to reschedule. But that I guess that's going to be all right because that'll give me a chance to get Preston and Neil on board as well. They're the other two partners in Brimstone, and so that might actually work out for the best. Even though we're still going to talk about Boneyard Racers. Yeah, we might have something else going on here just for a minute. See if this could work out. Yeah, let's do this. Greetings,
Hi there.
Eric. How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good, and how about you?
All right. Well, we're gonna make what do they say? When you get handed lemons, make lemonade. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make some lemonade here.
Well, count me in.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's do this. So you are right now. Are you currently shooting with Will, or is he? I know that he is doing crazy. I know that he's doing crazy work on Bigfoot back rooms. When is Pizza Man going to start filming?
So yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that Bigfoot movie, because I actually am going to be in that one too. But yeah, but I actually am going to be traveling for that one this week, and then Killer Pizza Man, I'm being told is going to be filming around late October, and so yeah, I'm definitely really excited for both of those opportunities.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, I saw the Pizza Man poster. Absolutely looks crazy. Great idea for a story. Will's moving on her pretty quick. Comes off with great cast. People really seem to be are pretty they're pretty interested in this movie. I've seen a lot of comments and a lot of people saying this is going to be an absolutely crazy movie. How did you and Will meet?
Oh, well, that's actually a great question. And so what happened was there's this girl named Misty Wagner. So I met her on Facebook years ago. I don't remember exactly how we met, but yeah, probably through like a horror movie Facebook group or through mutual friends. But yeah, her and I had a call on Messenger one day, telling our stories, getting to know each other. And then afterwards, was when I started chasing after my dreams a lot more seriously. And then what happened was I started up a podcast, interviewing people from the film industry. Like I previously had Victor Miller, who wrote Friday the 13th on my show. I had the granddaughter of Bela Lugosi and so forth. And then one day on Facebook, I saw that Misty was in one of Will's movies. And I said, hey, if, since that's my podcast, I guess to help to spread the word about people's movies, I definitely am more than willing to do the same thing for this movie as well. I think it was Camp Murder 2, I believe. And so, anyways, Misty afterwards had then tagged Will. And yeah, and then me and Will, messaged each other on Messenger, arranging a time for him to come on My podcast, but at that time it was called Sit Down with the Fire. But then afterwards, I changed his name to Cinefire. It's because that, I just thought that was a much better name. And yeah, and then,
What was the name of
came
your
on my show.
what's the name of your what was the name of your podcast?
The name of my podcast now is called Cinefire.
Okay. I saw the name and going like that sounds like a good sounds like a good podcast name.
Oh yeah, certainly.
And you got to talk to Victor Miller. Now that's somebody who I would actually like to talk to.
Yep.
That would be I'm a Victor Miller guy. Whatever he wants to go for when it comes down to Friday the 13th, count me in. Yeah, I'm much more of a fan of his than I am with Sean Cunningham.
I can see why, and I mean, even though I personally haven't met Sean Cunningham, but from some of the stuff I've heard about him, such as from Adam Marcus and a few other people, Sean does not sound like a very nice guy. No,
he doesn't. He does not sound like somebody I really would want to spend any time with. And that's a shame because it's like you think after all these years that he would have really, it's funny. You always hear people mention something. You always mention when they meet the older stars or the older directors. They always say, you always hear comments saying how nice they are. They're so nice. He was so nice. Meeting John Carpenter, so nice. And the thing is, though, it's like by the time they get older, they realize that it doesn't pay to be an ass. And you want people to remind part of your legacy is how you treated other people.
Yep.
And I think I think someone like Sean Cunningham, you would think that he would know this and change his tune a little bit and realize that hey, I mean, this sounds mean, but it's like one of those things where it's like, dude, you're like in your 70s now. How much more longer are you going to be here? I would take that time that you have left and try to rebuild the bridges that you burned, like with Adam Marcus or Victor Miller or whoever it is. Don't let your legacy be Sean Cunningham was an asshole. I mean, I wouldn't want that. I don't want that for that guy. That guy's, he's done a lot of good for the for film community and for horror in particular. But people aren't going to remember him as that. They're going to remember him as being Sean Cunningham, the guy who tried to steal the Friday the 13th franchise. Wouldn't work with Victor Miller. And that's something you don't want. You don't want that to be your legacy.
Yeah, exactly. And and I can say this about Victor Miller, especially since I know him personally. Victor is definitely one of the most honest people you'll ever meet. And I mean, of course, Victor's the kind of guy where he doesn't sugarcoat things. And of course, Victor doesn't do that, just to be a jerk. It's, it's simply because Victor just, Victor has said that he's too I mean, Victor's in his 80s now. He's like 86, and and Victor has said that I'm just too old. As far as lying goes, I'm just too old to be doing. So yeah. Yeah,
I mean, 86 years old, and here he is. He has to fight for his creation. It's like, dude, it's like, stop already. You guys need to make it up. You guys need to settle this out, and think about all the people who, you guys wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for the fans. The fans kept this franchise alive. It's not you, it's the fans. And it's like, and so instead of fighting, instead of trying to, suppress Victor's voice, you guys should be working together to make it louder. What a great character he created.
Oh yeah, certainly so.
It's just a shame because I just like you said, I mean, we've heard from too many different people the one consistent message that Sean's not the nicest guy or the easiest guy to get along with. So it's not like anybody's saying anything slanderous or libelous here. It's just like there's a ton of people out there saying the same thing. It's like it's not. It's a pattern. It's an established pattern. It's
Yeah,
and
it's
it
really
doesn't have
sad.
to be. But Pizza Man, yeah, what a great idea. Will came up and came up with the idea. I saw the poster. The poster looks absolutely fire. Um, and he have his cast down yet?
For the most part, it seems like it, yeah. But yeah, well, I saw that he just reopened the Indiegogo campaign. But yeah, I would imagine that he's going to be open. I imagine he's going to be open, like for new cast members, since that's one of the perks on the Indiegogo. So yeah. But for the most part, yeah, it seems like that it is cast, such as Honky Tonk Man and Breaky Stevens from Summer Party Massacre, and yeah, like wow, talk about an amazing cast.
I I saw that. I saw that he gave a. I saw that Darren Ewing is going to make it. Oh, David just mentioned that Zoom and whatever else is working for some. Yeah, yeah, I definitely would do that. Uh, I feel bad for David here. See, it says Zoom time. Yeah, we're gonna work. I'm gonna work with him on this. I think it's StreamYard for some reason. I think StreamYard is just acting a fool. I had a hard time with Matt Burns from Blood Pack Films. We had the same problem. Couldn't get him on to save our lives. David, I will contact you here in a few. And but like I said, the way I look at it is I'm all right with this. Most of the time when you know this as a podcast host, sometimes when you lose a guest, it's doom and gloom, right? But
Yeah,
sometimes it works.
certainly, yeah.
Sometimes though it works out though, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, and
Like
yeah,
tonight.
and and it's just crazy to imagine when I first saw Summer Party Massacre back when I was in high school. Like that. You know, being such a big fan of those movies, only to imagine, fast forward all these years later, just to imagine like just how cool it is knowing that I now get to work with somebody who was a part of that movie. And so, yeah, talk about a huge honor.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely is. Whenever I mean, when you did your podcast the first time, who was the first star you had on your who was the first star you had on your podcast?
Well, I guess that depends on what you mean by star, but yeah, my first guest actually was Sarah Karloff, who is the daughter of Boris Karloff, and so so yeah,
That's amazing. That's
so yeah,
amazing. That's a star. Are you kidding
yeah.
me? Are you kidding me? Talk to daughter of Boris Karloff. Oh my
Yep,
gosh,
sure did.
that would be a lot of fun to do.
Yeah, and and Sarah Karloff may not be a big fan of horror movies, and so her and I didn't bond over that. But however though, I definitely do vividly recollect when my dog came up behind me. Sarah absolutely fell in love with my dog, and I was like, well, her and I may not have that mutual love of horror movies, but it definitely was nice to know that it was nice to know that her and I did find something that we could, you know, um, it definitely was nice to know that we could find something that we do have that mutual love for.
Now, as far as you saying about the horror movies, I mean, does she not like today's horror? Because I mean, or did she prefer?
Definitely not. Oh, definitely not. No, and yeah, and
No
Sarah Karloff's
no
not a fan of horror movies whatsoever.
So no cameo in Killer Pizza Man then.
Oh, definitely not. No.
Yeah, man. I love Boris Karloff, man. He did a lot more other than horror. Um, you know, uh, He even did a Dick Tracy movie, which I have, which he was really good in. His I was Dick Tracy meets Gruesome, and he was really good in that as well, playing a villain to Dick Tracy. But gosh, yeah, I'm sure the fans of older horror, like looking back and seeing, watch the movies today. Though I will dare say that I think the Black Cat that featured both Boris Karloff and Bela Lugosi, I think that stands up today. I think that stands up today. I think that's still a scary ass movie, and I think it came out in the early 30s or late 30s. The Black Cat. Uh, that's awesome. So who else have you had on your show? Oh, he jumped. Oh, he bumped off. I think I might have lost him. Oh. Ah. This has not been a good night for us. We've had a really bumpy night. Okay. We'll wait here for a couple of minutes, see if Eric comes back. This has been one of the weirdest nights that we've had. This is telling me that me taking my hiatus is coming at the right time. So we have two more shows. We have tomorrow night. We have Salem Diabetta along with Brandon Hopt. Let me make sure. Let's make sure this is on. I should probably ask her to do should probably have her do a test run just in case. Yeah. So tomorrow night at 8 o'clock we have filmmakers Salem Diabetta and Brandon Horupsa from the movies Control Freak and Matched. They'll be here tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Hopefully, cross our fingers. And then on Thursday, we saw a little brief appearance by Jamie Hill. And Jamie Hill will be here on Thursday along with director Steve Merlo. And that will be our last show of August. And we probably won't be coming back till late September, early October, as far as 8 questions go with. But we already got some shit cooking for you. I'm already working on some good stuff already. And don't want to say anything quite yet, but yeah, and we'll have back our trio from Brimstone Pictures, David and Preston and Neil. Now, hopefully we get all three of them together on one screen, and we'll be talking all Brimstone all night long. And yes, I got to try to get also try to get either Matt or Shane from Blood Pack Films. I haven't forgotten them at all. I just knew that Steve was going to be our last guest. I won't start thinking about guests until toward the latter half of September. I do know that one guest for sure that we'll be talking with will be the Gross Brothers for our Gross Fest after show. And that has been we've done this now. I think this is going to be our 3rd year in a row that I've talked to them. We try to talk to Tom and Tim twice a year, once before the show and then once after the convention. And this will be and we never know. We might get some inside information. I know last year, holy shit, that thing was booked fast. Last year's Gross Fest had ended, and the boys went on their month break or so, and they were already booking by the time they got back from their hiatus. Not only guests, but they were already booking vendors. Vendors were on the phone saying, "Hey, I want to come back." I mean, to me, that's the true sign of when your convention is successful. is when the vendors start calling you back and when they want spots, because that means they made a lot of money. They had a great time. They made a lot of money. There's enough traffic there. You know, they made a lot of contacts. I mean, I've already seen that with several different people who have, you know, showed pictures of themselves at Gross Fest, and the swag they got. Hey, look who's back! It's our favorite. It's our favorite Jamie Hill.
Right. I'm in the mountains.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and reschedule. You know, it worked out well, Jamie. We're gonna reschedule because that
me. What?
Huh?
You got to see me. I know. I jumped back on as soon as I got internet. You know, life happens as it is for some kind of different reason every day. We will read you with David because, you know, I guess you were meant to see Jasper Mountains or something, and yeah, the Miss Jamie's face, you know, not the scary one in any of those other movies, and definitely not the squeaky voice either, because I don't say anything very squeaky either in that movie. So we'll chat in a few days, you guys. It's gonna be great.
Yes.
It's gonna be fun.
Thursday night.
Clips and videos. No, that's
Thursday.
a few days away. So Thursday night.
I know.
Thursday.
I'm you know, I'm watching Unseen. I'm seeing a lot. This looks to be a really interesting movie. It reminds me of a movie called Flowers. Now, are you playing? I know. Where are you going? Are you going to a shoot? Are you going on a shoot right now? I mean, are you going on location?
I'm on my way home. I was on the coastline where all the big Vancouver people are, but I wasn't there to do film. I'm on my way home. I'm halfway between Vancouver and Edmonton. You know, the Alberta side of the mountains. I'm on the BC side. Yeah,
okay, so you
to Alberta, because, you know, in Alberta, after September starts, it's cold. Like, I'm going to see snow soon.
Oh gosh, don't mention that.
Why? It's beautiful.
I know. We did actually I'm saying that, but you know what? We don't get very much snow here anymore. So we did pretty good last year. Last year was pretty good. I mean, there was some snow.
I turned off my camera just because it will make you sound better, and I'm sure my voice sounds better. But the snow is starting out here. Like, I'm looking at green trees, and that's beautiful. However, there are rocky mountain tops with beautiful snow tops. I have pictures of the way up, but, you know, if I do end up stopping shortly, I'll send you some pictures tonight. But I will talk to everybody soon. And,
right. We'll
be
see each other soon.
Online. I don't know how long you're going to stay online now.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull the shoot. Yeah, this has just been one of those weird days. So, well,
it's Monday. That's why. It's okay.
I guess
it is Monday, Patrick. It's Monday.
You know what I think, Jamie? You know what I think?
What's that?
I think because when me and Neil, we talked, and I told him that you know, they make Boneyard Racers into a feature film, that I wanted to race the cheetah against that hearse for pink slips. I think ever since that, I think they've been sort of running scared from us. I think they're running scared.
There's a bunch of cool cars up here.
I know.
There's a bunch of cool cars, but you know, Sully's hearse, I don't know. That thing's pretty wild. And Neil, yeah, he might, I don't know, maybe he'll soup up Sully's truck, but maybe there'll be something else that will come along, or there's some pretty amazing cars out here that we are involved in. I'm riding around in a Camaro, ZL1 Camaro right now. So
it's actually fun. It's actually funny. What's funny is that we have the Detroit Dream Cruise is going on this week. I've been to a couple of times. Yeah, it's a car show up and down Woodward Avenue here in Detroit.
Favorite thing for us to do. That's wonderful. I can't wait to see your social media because I'm sure you're gonna comment on it somewhere. I have a bunch of pictures I
you
took
know
while I
what?
was just down on the coast of mine.
I'm actually good. I'll post a couple of pictures from what I've seen, but there's no way in hell I'm going down there now. It used to be a lot of fun, Jamie. You used to go down
It's
there.
busy,
You
busy,
used to be
busy,
able to,
busy.
you used to be able to park your car in a parking lot, and then you go down there and check out all the cool cars and stuff. But lately, though, people like last night, they had people like they had like 100 cars take over an intersection, and and people got hurt, and people take away the fun of
Oh,
anything. Yeah, yeah,
the chaos
yeah.
takes over.
Yeah, they take
Yo,
over. They
don't
take
do
over the
that.
intersection. People. I mean, one guy is
Yeah,
trying to
that's
drive through.
unfortunate,
One guy is
right?
trying to drive his truck
Yeah,
through and got hit. Um, but
that's
listen, I'm gonna go ahead.
unfortunate. Take
I'm
care.
gonna go ahead.
Yeah, totally. Have a good
Uh,
evening, buddy.
Nice to meet you.
yeah.
We'll
And I'll
talk
see you.
soon, okay? See
Yes, we'll
everybody?
see you on
Yeah.
Thursday.
No, I'll see your
Bye.
face in a few days. Yeah.
Okay.
Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.